Alrighty, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and I finally received my Captain Rex. Now, it's been months since they've announced Captain Rex being released, and here I am, literally the day before my birthday, unboxing this for you all. So today is the 17th. I don't know when you all will see it because, again, I want to take my time with the production for this video. And I am super excited for you all to see the end, so stick around for that. Now, right away, at this point now it's standard that we have a cigar wrap. Obviously, we're used to the metallic gray on the sides here, the black down the middle, the Star Wars logo, which is engraved there. Really nice shine. We've got the figure down the middle. There we go, holding his blaster pistols. We also have Captain Rex holding the 332nd helmet there and 332nd Battalion troopers behind him. Now these are going to be the 501st Deluxe troopers because the 332nd helmet is going to come with them. And on the side there we have another image of Captain Rex. All of these are actually the figure, all right? On the side here, we have TMS 018, which is interesting, right? Because that's my birthday. It would have been better if it was TMS 118, but you know, we can't have everything. Captain Rex. We also have the Where Done It's, not necessarily the Who Done It's here on the back. And back to the front. So without further ado, let's break this guy open. But before we start, for those of you who don't know who Captain Rex is, you have to watch Clone Wars because chances are we may actually see a live action version of Rex. And for those of you who won't know who he is, you have to go through and watch it. I know the first couple seasons are a drag. I just watched them recently last year and ugh. But now going through the entire seasons from 1 to 7, I literally just watched it before starting this, and I have a much better appreciation for Clone Wars as a whole. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's check out that art print. And here we go. Now the art print is pretty straightforward. I mean, I really like the dust. I don't think this is actually snow by any means. It looks like dust to me. We have that awesome gradient, the name, the Star Wars logo, and Captain Rex here as well. So let's go ahead and let's see what the clamshell is looking like. Alrighty, so it looks like we only have 2 levels here. With Captain Rex, we have the accessories tray on top, the other accessories here on the side, the portrait, all that good stuff. Again, it's not going to be a Marvel figure where, you know, you got 3 different layers here. So let's go ahead and let's free them, shall we? And here we go. Wow, it is. First off, you have that Hot Toys aroma. It's, wow, man, unboxing a brand new Hot Toy, especially one that you've been waiting for so long. It's just, oh man, I'm shocked that the portrait didn't come on it instead of the helmet, but I'm not mad. Wow. Whoa, look at that, dude. Check that out. Oh man. He looks so good. I can't wait to start fiddling around, seeing what's what, because, okay, that is really static, huh? Okay, that's interesting. Wow. Without further ado, man, let's, by all means, let's go ahead and dive into the accessory portion of the video because I'm super excited to start. I know you all are here to see the production, so I'm excited. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. Alrighty, so to begin, we have a pair of relaxed hands pre-equipped on the figure. One is a bit more of a gesturing hand though, which is kind of strange to categorize as relaxed, but it's decent to have as we continue on. I'd have preferred a pair of these versus just having one, but for some reason this was considered enough. Now we have what I consider more of a relaxed neutral hand. This particular hand can be used for holding detonators, ammo packs, and the like. You'll see this hand used a few times as we continue. When it isn't in use, it's just great to have for simple poses. Rex is a captain, or Commander, depending on what version of Rex this actually is. Regardless, you'll need it to command the clones in our collection. This is definitely good to have and can be used in at least 3 to 4 different variations. Next, we have another gesturing hand that I feel is important for a commanding officer. While oftentimes collectors use it for one scenario, again, you could use this gesture in at least 3 to 4 different ways. What's a clone without this gesture, right? Again, multiple uses, but I don't really see this one used much, and I probably won't be using it myself. Now we finally have a pair of identical hands. We're given 2 trigger hands for both the blaster pistols and the blaster rifle included in the box. These are very difficult to manipulate around the gun handles. However, after posing and swapping them out several times, it became easier. The pistols really don't have much detail work, but they get the job done and they look decent. The blaster rifle is pretty standard with no differences from the previously released clones. Hot Toys still have yet to engineer a way to keep the monopod attached to the gun, but it's nice to have regardless. If you prefer Captain Rex wielding this over the pistols, you're all set. Next, we have the magnetized ammo pouch, which feels a bit oversized to me, but I'm glad that it's magnetized for us to alter it to our liking. With this, it's all about placement, and I feel angling it to the side makes it feel a bit less claustrophobic. Moving on to the jetpack, if you own the 501st Clone Trooper, its functionality is all the same. However, the colors and weathering are vastly different. Stay tuned for the detail section for a closer look. For now, let's go over its functionality. It can magnetize to the back of Captain Rex without any issue. The rocket located in the middle detached by pulling it out. You can have it appear as if he's used it in battle by leaving it out, and he just probably never reloaded it, or you could have it, I don't know, maybe mid-action pose where he's firing it off. We're also given a 332nd helmet that can be attached to another clone, Coruscant Guard, Cody, or Captain Rex, whichever you prefer. It's your collection. Hot Toys also included a flashlight accessory in the macro binocs that can be installed on Captain Rex's helmet, the 501st, the 332nd, as well as the Coruscant Guard. Unfortunately though, Cody's helmet isn't set up for it. For those interested in a quick look, I went ahead and added in a few clips. The macro binocs don't look bad on the shock troopers. It accents well off of the blue helmet. And lastly, the 501sts. Moving on to the base, we have a standard base design that is a little darker and a bit more textured than the 501st base. We're also given a flight stand and for the high-flying poses with a lobster claw to aid us as well. The thruster effects are provided in the box and can be used in, well, the thrusters. So we all know Captain Rex when we see him. The weld marks are prominent, well colored, and they look very realistic in hand. The tally marks genuinely appear as if he marked them versus a machine simply applying the tallies to the helmet. The battle-worn look matches the rest of the body somewhat, but I do feel it could have been a bit more green colored texture to it. With that said, we could have used a bit more weathering on the shoulder guard as well. The appearance between the body and the helmet to this section is slightly off, but I digress. The viewfinder is movable, but I recommend rotating it at the base of the viewfinder so you don't break it accidentally. If you aren't familiar with DX figures, we're given a tool to help pop out the side portions of the helmet so that we can start adding our accessories mentioned earlier. Simply align the tool in the groove and apply a small amount of pressure for it to dislodge. Applying the accessories is relatively easy after that. So originally I wasn't sure how I felt about a live action sculpt for Rex. I can't really say I was on the fence, but I wasn't really on board either. Regardless though, I'm absolutely loving the way the portrait came out, and I honestly don't have one critique on what I would change. The proportions are literally spot on. If this were live action, this is it. We have a very subtle 5 o'clock shadow on the lower jawline, the wrinkles in the skin.
You're a Generation 1.
How'd you know that?
From the lines in your face.
Thank you so much, Omega. Appreciate you. And the hair color is just, man, this is a perfect portrait. I don't think I've reviewed a figure where I was this amazed. I went ahead and darkened the lights a bit to show more depth and texturing on the portrait as well, because I don't really think there's enough praise and appreciation for the skill that went into creating this. While I'm floored by this portrait, I probably won't be using it on my figure though. I personally prefer the helmet, but who knows? I may go back and change things up a bit. We'll see. Let me know what you all think about the portrait down below. So beginning with the feet, you can tell Rex has seen more than a few battles in his life. I would have expected a bit more green or maybe mud on the shoes though. Moving on up, we do have the green discoloration in the armor, the tally marks, and we also have the comma. The comma definitely could have used some weathering, and I'm not entirely sure why they didn't add it. The pistol holsters are attached by a sturdy fabric, which is attached to the belt. Holstering the pistols are as easy as sliding them in and sliding them out. There isn't any friction at all. I also really love the weathering on the back of the figure as well. Moving on up, we get good use of the double jointed elbow, and we're able to get a better look at that shoulder guard in comparison to the rest of the figure. It looks good, I just wish there was more weathering, that's all. I also wish we had a better range of motion for that left side, because that guard isn't moving. No time soon, or even later on down the road. So to start things off, we obviously have that 332nd Trooper representing. We also have the Shock Trooper from the Coruscant Guard. We couldn't do this without Cody, right? And then we absolutely couldn't do it without Anakin. They look so cool together. We also have Obi-Wan Kenobi. And last but not least, Darth Maul. Poor guy. He's always the shortest one. While I love this figure because of who Rex is, I can't let that overshadow the work from Hot Toys. This isn't a perfect figure. With that said, I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. I know. Let me explain. There are a lot of discrepancies that are overlooked. The shoulder guard and the comma weathering look out of place to me. The helmet could have used a bit more green discoloration as well. However, it works if you aren't staring at it long enough. Also, the ammo pouch feels a bit oversized, but you can work around it by futzing with the angle. We also needed more hands than this, come on. A pair of relaxed neutral hands and a pair of open palm gesturing hands would have been great. And honestly, if they threw in a pair of fists, I would have probably cried happy tears. Also, why didn't we get the gift box Rex held in the hangar? I don't get that. That would have been a really cool accessory to have, considering we were also given a 332nd helmet that he was holding too. With that said though, the portrait is out of this world. The skill it took making that is hats off to Viva Live. Phenomenal work. I'm happy to have this figure in my collection because I absolutely love Rex as a character. While this could have been better, I'm extremely happy to have him in my collection. I can't wait to have him posed up to Ahsoka and Anakin when they release. Don't let my rating discourage you though from picking this up. We don't really know if we'll ever see a live action Captain Rex again. So this could be the only time we see him in this armor. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're halfway to 1,000 subs and your support means a lot. Check out the photography over on Instagram. Check out the quicker unboxings over on our TikTok. If you enjoyed today's Somatic, sound off in the comment section and let us know. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors, and thank you so much for watching.